Welcome to VLSI lecture series. This is lecture number 4. In this lecture, we will discuss VHDL codes of some digital circuits like AND gate and multiplexer. First of all, we will discuss about AND gate. In AND gate, as you all know, there are two inputs and one output for two input AND gate. So here, as shown in the diagram, A and B signals are acting as the inputs and C signal is output signal. Now we'll discuss the VHDL code for this AND gate. I am using a online platform which is edaplayground.com to run this VHDL code. There are two sections. In right hand side, you can have your design code, and in left hand side, you can type your test bench code. As you know, there are two types of codes in VHDL programming. First of all, we'll discuss the design code of AND gate. I have already written the AND gate code in the notepad. I'm just copying and paste in online platform. So here in design code, we will define the entity and architecture. First of all, you have to use commands library IEEE, use IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore 1164 dot all. Then you have to define the entity. In entity, we declare the inputs and output variable with their modes and data type. So using entity, the name of the entity, here I'm using an underscore gate as the name of the entity. Then keyword is and port. Inside this entity, we will declare the inputs and output. So A and B are the input with mode in and data type standard underscore logic, and C with mode out with data type standard underscore logic. Then we'll end this entity by typing end and the name of the entity. After entity, we write the code for architecture. We'll define the architecture. Some name you have to assign to this architecture, you have to give to this architecture. Here I'm using a gate as name of the architecture, then keyword of, and then same entity name which you have used earlier, you have to mention that in the architecture part. Here previously we have used an underscore gate as the entity, so same name should appear here with is keyword. Then begin statement, and in process we have to use the inputs in the diagram which we are using. A and B are the inputs and C is the output. So A, B and C we have defined as A and B, where and is gate primitive. Here I use small letters ABC, you can use capital letter as shown in the figure also. And then you have to end this architecture by typing end command. First you have to end the process by using end, then process, and then end the name of the architecture. Here architecture A gate is the name of the architecture, so type end A gate. So this is about your design code in which first we define entity. Inside entity we declare inputs and output, then we define the architecture for that entity in which we use expressions for the output. Now to check the functionality of this design, we use test bench. So I will use the test bench code which I have written in the notepad. Just paste the code here. In test bench, first you have to use the same command as we have used in the design code. Library IEEE, use IEEE dot std underscore logic. Then you have to use the empty test bench first, empty entity first. So entity, the name of the entity I have given is test bench is keyword. This entity is empty entity, so there is no statement here. And then end again the entity name, which is test bench. Now once we create the empty entity, we use this entity name in the architecture. So we define the architecture for our design. So architecture, as we have used in the design part, the structure is same. Architecture, then name of the entity, name of the architecture. Now here I have used the name as main. You can use different names, you can assign different names for this architecture. Then keyword of, then the name of the entity. Here test bench is the name of the entity, then keyword is. Now in the design we are using only one gate, therefore we have only one component, which is AND gate, as we have defined in our design code, and underscore gate. Same component we are using here as a component. Then keyword is, and then keyword port. Then here A and B as the input, C is the output signal, as we have defined in the design code. Same thing you have to use, but as a component instead of entity. This is the difference between the two codes. Here we are using component, and here the same thing we are using in the design part as entity. Then you have to end the component by using command end component. Then signals, for testing purpose we have to use. So here ABC, same name I'm using. You can use different names for the signals. The signals ABC having the data type standard logic. Then begin statement. Then you have to use map function to map your design signals with the test bench signals. So here and underscore get port keyword map. In map you are using these signals A, B, C. Then we process the signals. As we know, in AND gate there are 4 input combinations for 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. When both the inputs are 0, your output should be 0 for AND gate. When both the inputs, when one input is 0, one input is 1, then your output is 0. As we know, for 1, 0, again the output will be 0. And when both the inputs are 1, then your output will become 1. Once all these combinations are over, you have to clear the inputs by assigning 0 value. And then you have to end this architecture by using end command, and then main is the name of the architecture which we have used as an architecture name. So end main, whatever name you have assigned to architecture, you have to mention that name here. So here I'm using main as a name of the architecture, so end main. Before that you have to end the process. In this online platform of EDA Playground, you have to select the language which we are using. So here I'm using VHDL, so select the test bench plus design as VHDL. Then top entity we are using here is test bench. This is the top entity. So just type here the name of the top entity and select the tool. The tool I am using here is Alec Rivera Pro 2017.02, and click on open EP Wave after run option, so that you will get the waveform of inputs and output, and then click on run. So this is the waveform structure, the waveform of inputs and output. So here we are using two codes, one for the design and one for the test bench. In design we have declared ABC as the variable. In test bench also we have used the same as the variable, but in test bench you can use your own variable for testing the functionality of the design. What is the purpose of test bench? It is used for testing the functionality of your main code by providing the proper combinations to input and observing the output. Now you can check the input here. For this first initial combination, when both the inputs are 0 0, your output is 0. C is your output. You can check here, when A is 0 and B is 1, your output is 0. Similarly for these three signals also, these first three signals for the design code and these signals for the test bench code. Since I have used the same variable name, so it appears twice. You can select different variable names for test bench code. If you observe the output here, the input, when one input is 1 and second input is 0, still your output is 0. And in this case, when your when your both inputs are 1, your output will become 1. In case of test bench code also, it will show the same result. So this is about AND gate. Now we'll discuss about multiplexers. Our next circuit is multiplexer. In multiplexer circuit, we have 4 inputs and 2 select lines. So D0, D1, D2, D3, these are the 4 inputs and 2 select lines. What is multiplexer? It passes the particular input towards output depending on the values of select lines. Now here we have 4 inputs. As the name indicates, it is many to one type of circuit. That means it will have many inputs and one output. So only one output is there, which is Y, and many inputs D0, D1, D2, D3, and select lines A and B. Depending on these values of these select lines, particular input will go towards the output. For example, when the values of inputs are 0 0, then the binary combination of 0 0 is 0. So your first input will go towards the output. When 0 1 appears at the select line, your D1 input will appear at the output. Whatever value present at D1, that will appear at the output. When AB combination is 1 0, so corresponding decimal value will be 2 for 1 0 combination. So your D2, whatever value present at this input, that will appear at the output. So your Y will be equal to D2. And when 1 1 combination occurs at the select lines, your D3 should go to output. So this is how multiplexer circuit behaves. Now we'll discuss the VHDL code for this circuit. We'll discuss digital circuits separately in our further lectures. So keep visiting the series. We'll discuss these circuits in detail in different languages. In our upcoming lectures, we'll discuss Verilog, System Verilog. So there we will discuss these circuits in detail. So please subscribe the channel so that you will get the notification about the lectures. In next lecture, we'll discuss few more circuits like combinationals, sequential circuit, and finite state machine example. So keep visiting the channel. We'll discuss the VHDL code for this. Again, we'll go to the same edaplayground.com online platform. Now here, the architecture is same. The general flow is same. First, you have to define the entity. So entity name I'm using here is MUX4, since it is 4 is to 1 MUX. Then ports, we have defined D0, D1, D2, D3, and A and B as the inputs, because here all these 4 signals and these 2 signals will be considered as the input signals, and one which is your Y, which is your output signal. So there are total 6 as a input signals and y is output signal, but 2 will be considered as select lines and 4 will be your input signals. Actually, there are 4 input signal and 2 select lines. So that's why we have defined D0, D1, D2, D3, A and B with mode in with data type bit and Y as output with data type bit. Then we will end this entity by typing the name of the entity end mux4. Then we'll create the architecture for this entity. Architecture, the name of the architecture I'm using is data flow. Then keyword of. Then we have to use the name of the entity which is mux4. Keyword is. Then this is the expression for output. When you look at the diagram, so since it is a combination of y is the OR gate of the outputs of the AND gates, these 4 AND gates. So when you observe the first AND gate, it is 3 input AND gate having inputs D0, not B and not A. So that's what we have used here, D0 and not A and not B. Then second OR gate we are using, in this OR gate the inputs are D1, B and not A, D1, B and not A. The third OR gate D2, not B and A, D2, not B and A. And fourth OR gate we are having the inputs D3, A and B, D3 and A and B. And then you end the architecture by typing end and the name of the architecture which is data flow. Now we'll discuss its test bench code. I'll just copy this code and paste it in test bench section. So again, here first you have to create the empty entity. First you have to use the commands library IEEE, use IEEE dot std underscore logic, then create the empty entity mux4 underscore tb is, there is no internal statement, end mux4 underscore tb, this is the name of the entity. Then we'll create the architecture for this entity mux4 underscore tb of mux4 underscore tb. Then we'll define the component for this. Now component will be same as that of previous we have used in the design code mux4. D0, D1, D2, D3, A and B will have the mode in and Y as out with data type bit and end this component. One thing you should keep in mind that the entity in design code will become the component in the architecture of test bench. Then we'll define the signals values. So D0 on the as a first input I am passing 1, for D1 I am passing 0, for D2 I am passing 1, and for D3 I am passing 0. These are the inputs I have provided. Test bench is, as I discussed earlier, test bench is just for testing purpose, whether your design is working properly or not, but you have to define everything inside the test bench. So a test bench is essential for writing the VHDL code. Without test bench you cannot run, you cannot test the functionality of your code. Then similar to AND gate, we have to map these inputs. So just mapping these inputs with the actual inputs present in our design entity D0. Since again here I am using the same variables D0, D1, D2, D3, A, B, Y, the same variables I am using. You can use different variables in the test bench. Then we'll test for A, B value 0, 0. Since A and B are your select lines, so it will have 4 combinations 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, and timing constants you have to use by typing wait command, wait for the value, and you have to end the process at last using end process command. Again, we are using VHDL. So test bench plus design will be same VHDL. Top entity here we are using is mux4 underscore TB. Mux4 underscore TB. Then tool we are keeping same. Now click on run. So this is the output. We can check the value here. Now the value present at D0 is 1, D1 is 0, D2 is 1, D3 is 0. These values we have defined in the test bench. We have declared the values here in the test bench. We can change these values in the test bench. Now when select line combination is 0 0, that means your D0 value will pass towards the output, that is y. So whatever value present at the D0, that will appear at the output when the inputs, when the select lines values are 0 0. So when the select line values are 0 0, so D0 will appear at the output. Whatever value present at D0 will appear at the output. So here D0 value is 1, so output is 1. Now when the input combination is 0 1, so your D1 value will pass towards the output, so 0 and so on. So this is how you can observe the waveform, and this is about creating the VHDL code for the digital circuit. In the next lecture, which is lecture number 5, we will discuss the sequential circuit and its VHDL codes. There you have to use always block. So how to use always block, we'll discuss about that thing in the next lecture. So keep visiting the channel and please subscribe if you like the video. Thank you.